Hi there and welcome to Covey Fabrics DIY channel. My name is Amy and I'm visiting you today from Artisan Upholstery Studio right here on YouTube. Today I am making sound panels for a music lesson room. It's a fairly large empty room, so any sound that is made in the room bounces off the walls, and these sound panels are designed to absorb the noise. So this is going to be a whole room makeover. We're starting with gray dingy walls and we're going to jazz it up with some terracotta orange and teal paint. Now this is a room for kids to learn music in, and we wanted to make it as colorful as possible. So going with those paint colors, we've chosen this durable chenille fabric in some punchy colors. It's going to really add some fun to the space. I'm using 1" by 2" strips of wood and 1/2" foam to create my panels. The measurements I'm cutting are 22 by 34, so 2 strips of 22, 2 of 34, and I'm going to cut them on a 45-degree angle so that they fit together nicely in a frame. So here I'm just going to show you the angles that I'm cutting, and this is a visual is going to help me to not forget which way to cut the angles when I'm doing it. So here's my second piece, and they fit together really nicely at the top. So now I can use that, push them together so that they're perfectly even, and mark off the second angle on the other side. And we want to make sure that they're pointy at the same place. So I've got my two pieces and they are exactly the same size. So that's really important to get a nice tight fit. So I'm measuring my longer pieces now, and I want them to be 34 inches long. Exactly the same size. They're perfect. Okay, so now we're going to make little corner blocks that are going to help to keep the frame nice and sturdy. So we have all of our pieces, our 22s, our 34s, and our corner blocks. So you can arrange it in the way that you're going to be gluing it together. You're going to want some good quality wood glue, and put enough on each corner that it's going to really hold well. So I'm using an upholstery stapler just to hold everything together. I'm tightening it with my hand and securing it. And this is just initially what we're using. We're going to be using a lot longer staples. This is just to hold it together temporarily so that we get our corners nice and tight. And you have to flip it over and do the other side as well. You can pinch it together really tight, and that is going to make it nice and secure. So these are the staples I'm going to be using to hold it together permanently. And I'm putting it into the corner blocks first. And then into the actual outside corners. So I'm putting 2 on one edge and then 1 through the center of the other corner. So I put 2 on that one. I'm going to put 1 in the center here. And that, with the glue and the corner blocks, that's going to be a nice tight fit, really secure, especially since it's just going to be hanging on the wall. The next step is to add our foam. So I'm just cutting it right to size, and 1/2 inch foam you can cut with scissors very easily. And I'm stapling it through the thickness of the foam. It does create these divots, but those won't show once we have the fabric on. So we're ready to cut our fabric now, and the width of this fabric is 56, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it down the center at 28 inches so that I have 2 pieces of fabric 28 inches wide, and the height of the fabric is going to be 38, so my end measurements are 28 wide by 38 high. We're starting with 1 staple on each side in the middle, and we're pulling snug for each one of these staples to get it nice and tight across the center of the width and the height of the fabric. And next we are pulling to each corner, not right into the corner, but pretty close to the corner. And you're pulling it very snug in this direction as well. So once you have all your corners in, you can go ahead and start pulling and stapling in between those staples. Now you can check periodically to make sure that everything is fitting nice and snug and everything looks great. So after you have finished stapling the sides, it's time for the corners. And the corners are going to be really tight and really snug and very, very neat. So you can trim out the extra fabric that you have, and that'll make a much nicer, cleaner look. And you want to fold it right at the corner. So you want to get it really, really close to the corner so that it becomes almost invisible once it's hanging on the wall. So a nice, clean, crisp, tight corner. So in the end, it should be nice and tight and the corners should look very neat and tidy. We're going to put our hanging hardware on now. So I've got eye hooks and wire. So now that we have the wire attached, it's ready to hang. And I've made 2 panels, one for each side of the room to help absorb the noise. Beautiful fabric, and what a great space for kids to learn how to play guitar. Thanks for watching.